Career and technical education is rapidly growing in Texas schools and has the potential to significantly transform the learning experiences of millions of CTE students in the coming years. One way to bolster CTE programs in schools is to build relationships and partnerships with local businesses and the community as a whole. As administrators, if you endeavor to expand the CTE vision outward into the surrounding community, you are tapping into a vast pool of resources. Business and community partnerships have the potential to be a truly collaborative experience and benefit all parties involved, particularly new CTE teachers, who will enjoy a wealth of shared experience and industry wisdom. It is important to remember that it is quite easy for beginning CTE teachers to become overwhelmed in their new roles. By mentoring these new teachers, easing them into their new positions, and providing guidance on crucial steps in their growth, you will make the process much smoother for the new teachers. First and foremost among the benefactors from community and business partnerships are the students. Through business and community relationships, CTE students will gain access to learning opportunities that they could never have in the classroom. Mentorships, externships, internships, and other work-based learning experiences give the students a first-hand glimpse into the world of business and industry. These experiences will help them connect their learning to potential future earning opportunities as they investigate possible careers. On-the-job training gives them the tools that they will need to enter a line of work, and gives them access to state-of-the-art technology, helping them develop an overall understanding about how things work in the business world. Teachers, administrators, and schools will also reap the benefits of business and community relationships. By building these partnerships, schools and teachers will have the opportunity to tap into countless years of experience and expertise in the outside community. Through guest speakers, advisors, mentors, and more, the teachers will have a new type of access to knowledge and resources. This in turn translates into enhanced learning opportunities for their students. The symbiotic nature of a healthy learning relationship will also serve to create CTE advocates out of the business and community partners. This will help continue to grow CTE programs while giving them more influence when it comes to community issues and policies. With the administrator's guidance, beginning CTE teachers in particular will have the opportunity to grow and learn from these community relationships. The business and community partners represent de facto outside mentors to the new teachers, people who can be relied on for advice or guidance when it comes to practical career and technical education matters. These relationships also give the beginning teachers a chance to learn more about their own craft. The years of experience represented in these partnerships are an invaluable tool and will help keep teachers up to date on the latest technologies and trends in their field. Remaining engaged in the industry will ensure that the teachers are appropriately preparing their students for the real world. The opportunities provided outside the classroom will also benefit the new CTE teachers because providing an immersive and interesting learning environment for the students is a surefire way to get them more involved and passionate about their CTE classes. Happy and involved students mean happy and involved teachers, so these business and community relationships can go a long way to help build and retain effective CTE teachers. The business and community partners will benefit greatly by teaming up with the CTE programs as well. By devoting their time, expertise, and resources to aid career and technical education, they are helping to develop a skilled, sustainable workforce. On top of the community goodwill that this will create, the future workers that they will help CTE programs train will fill significant skilled labor gaps that many businesses currently suffer from, and this will increase productivity and competitiveness. Initiating relationships with businesses in the community can be a daunting prospect, but you will find that many local leaders will be eager to become partners if approached. First off, it is important to expand the vision of your school to encompass the totality of the surrounding community. As administrators, you can drive this change in focus that will facilitate the growth of CTE programs and greatly aid the progress of your new CTE teachers. Be sure to assist the teachers in reaching out to a wide range of stakeholders who can be engaged in a number of different roles. It may be good to look for organizations that share a common vision and goals with your school, so as to align the student learning experience with appropriate mentors. Perhaps the most important bit of advice from both administrators and teachers is this: just ask! CTE and business and community partnerships are advantageous for all parties involved, and the prospective partners will be encouraged if you highlight the benefits mentioned earlier in this foundational learning session. You may want to start small, perhaps by recruiting the partners for a school visit, career fair, or classroom presentation. This will allow the partnership to comfortably grow in a natural way. To this end, be flexible. Different relationships may flourish in different ways, so be open to the most productive form of the particular partnership. Remember that business and community representatives are not education experts. Rather, they should be approached as facilitators and catalysts for the learning experience. It is important as administrators and mentors to provide the new CTE teachers with the level of support they need in order to get these partnerships off the ground. Teachers who feel that they have the backing of administration will be much more likely to diligently pursue beneficial relationships. While it is important to be flexible and accommodating when creating a business or community partnership, certain guidelines may be followed in order to ensure success. It will be helpful to have a specific CTE contact person within your school, someone who can be available for ongoing communication with the community partners and CTE teachers. This person can help specifically express how the community partners can help. The focus for business and community connections will vary based on the situation, but it can be extremely helpful for the outside contacts themselves if they have some guidance on where they can be of assistance. Allow the partners to provide knowledge, expertise, and resources in a way that best suits them. Sometimes this may be a practical application, and sometimes it will be more about supplying advice, support, wisdom, and encouragement to teachers and students. Remember that as educators, you should be asking your industry partners what their needs are, not telling them. Be sure to incorporate the knowledge imparted by business and community representatives into the curriculum, and connect the real-world learning with the classroom. This well-rounded approach will take advantage of the many facets of the partnership and lead to the most productive outcome for both students and teachers. A particularly important element of crafting strong business and community relationships is the establishment of a dedicated CTE Advisory Committee. Advisory committees are an incredibly effective way to initiate, develop, and strengthen community partnerships. These boards or business councils will frequently meet to discuss curriculum content, design a program of action, guide CTE program involvement, and engage the business and community representatives. It's possible that your schools have had CTE advisory committees in the past, or that certain CTE programs within the school already have a committee of their own. If structures are already in place, then you should work with the groups to incorporate new CTE teachers into the fold, immersing them in the running of a solid program. If your school previously had CTE committees but does not currently, read the minutes from the prior meetings to get a sense of how things went. You can learn from the successes and mistakes of the past. If your school is starting from scratch, you can lay out some administrative guidelines. An advisory committee should have three major roles: to advise CTE programs on best practices and courses of action, to assist teachers and administrators in carrying out activities and setting up programs or learning experiences, and to support and advocate career and technical education throughout the local community. An advisory committee need not have a mandated size or specific roles, but it is advisable to have a chairperson or main point of contact. This will ensure that the lines of communication with community and business partners are always open, give a focal point for leadership on matters that require guidance, and provide a level of organization. It is important to choose members of the advisory committee that represent the community as a whole, including but not limited to the following: an advisory committee chairperson, business and industry leaders, community leaders, teachers, administrators, CTSO members, school board members, and Chamber of Commerce representatives. Ideally, this committee will represent a community cross-section of members who are dedicated, knowledgeable, involved, and passionate. The advisory committee will be the biggest CTE advocate at your disposal and can be integral in building foundationally strong business and community relationships. There is a wealth of practical, tested, and applicable career and technical education knowledge at your fingertips in the surrounding community. By organizing a dedicated advisory committee to explore and initiate relationships and partnerships with local business and community representatives, you are setting the stage for extremely beneficial relationships that will positively influence students, teachers, and partners.